Ladies and gentlemen, success is not just about what you do for yourself, it's about the people you surround yourself with and the ones you choose to invest in. But here's the hard truth, not everyone deserves your time, energy, or resources. While we are all called to help others, it's equally important to know when not to help. So let's talk about 8 types of people you should avoid helping, not because you lack compassion, but because your time is valuable. This is the person who always has a problem. No matter what solution you provide, there's always another complaint around the corner. They drain your energy and leave you feeling empty. They don't need help. They need to take responsibility for their own life. Giving them your time is like pouring water into a bucket with a hole in it. This person will tell you why something can't be done before you even finish your sentence. They are professional critics. Their favorite word is impossible. The truth is, your mind and your time are too valuable to be wasted on people who can't see the possibilities. You don't need their pessimism slowing you down. Find those who see the bright side and let them elevate you. The victim believes life is always against them. Every situation is someone else's fault. While you can offer compassion, you cannot offer change unless they decide to take ownership of their life. Helping the victim is like feeding a fire that never goes out. Their narrative is one of helplessness. And until they shift their mindset, they will keep circling back to the same place. This person feels like the world owes them something. They expect help without offering anything in return. They may come to you in times of need, but you'll quickly notice they don't value your assistance. The entitled person doesn't understand that respect and effort go both ways. Be careful where you invest your time, because without gratitude or accountability, your efforts will be in vain. Beware of the person who uses your kindness against you. The manipulator will play on your emotions to get what they want, without any intention of reciprocating or respecting your boundaries. They know how to twist your words, bend your values, and create an illusion of friendship. Protect yourself from people who want to take advantage of your good nature. The procrastinator is full of plans, ideas, and dreams, but never takes action. They talk a big game, but when it comes to execution, they always have an excuse. You'll never build anything worthwhile with someone who lacks the discipline to follow through. You can help them once they start taking consistent steps, but until then, they'll only distract you from your own mission. This person seems to find conflict wherever they go. They thrive on drama and chaos. Their life is one crisis after another, and they'll try to pull you into their mess. These people are emotional vampires. While you may feel sympathy for their situation, understand that helping them means feeding their addiction to drama, and you'll never help them by playing their game. Lastly, we have the dream stealer. This person doesn't believe in their own dreams, so they'll do everything they can to convince you that yours are impossible. They'll undermine your ambitions with their limiting beliefs, and they'll discourage you at every turn. Don't let these people be in your circle, because they'll rob you of your potential. Let me tell you something about the chronic complainer. This is the person who, no matter what situation arises, always has something to gripe about. They wake up in the morning, and their first thought is to find something wrong. Their life is a constant narrative of things that aren't working, people who are disappointing, or circumstances beyond their control. And no matter how many times you offer solutions, you realize something: no matter what you do, it never seems to be enough. You'll find yourself giving and giving, trying to help them move past their negativity. But before long, you'll notice a pattern. Every time you offer advice, they have an excuse. That won't work, because I tried that already, and it didn't help. It's as if they're more invested in the problem than the solution. The truth is, they're not interested in improving. They're addicted to their complaints. Now, I'm not saying we shouldn't be compassionate, but let's be clear, your time is valuable. And when you spend it trying to help someone who doesn't want to be helped, you're not doing them a favor. And you're certainly not doing yourself one either. Helping the chronic complainer is like trying to fill a bucket with water when there's a hole in the bottom. You pour all your energy into it, but it never holds. There's always another complaint, another problem, another reason they can't move forward. You have to recognize the value of your own energy and focus. When you're constantly surrounded by negativity, it begins to affect you. It drains you. And if you're not careful, you'll start to believe that the world is as bad as they say it is. You'll lose sight of your own vision, your own goals, because you're spending so much time trying to fix someone who isn't willing to fix themselves. Here's the thing: people change when they decide to change. If someone isn't willing to take responsibility for their life, no amount of advice, sympathy, or encouragement from you is going to move them. They have to decide to break free from that cycle of complaining. Until then, your efforts will be wasted. So be cautious with the chronic complainer. Be compassionate, but be firm in your boundaries. Offer them a hand when they're truly ready to take it, but don't let their negativity become your burden. Your time is one of the most precious resources you have. Don't let someone else's lack of gratitude or action take it away from you. Focus on those who are ready to move forward, those who see opportunities even when times are tough. And remember, sometimes the greatest help you can offer is to let people find their own way out of their complaints. Let's talk about the negative thinker. This is the person who will tell you why something can't be done before you even finish explaining your idea. They don't see the opportunities, they see the obstacles. They don't hear the possibilities, they hear all the reasons it won't work. You can present them with 1,000 ways to succeed, and they'll come back with 1,000 reasons why each one is doomed to fail. They're the professional yes, but person. Every suggestion you make is met with doubt, and every dream you share is shot down with criticism. Now, I want you to understand something very important here. Negativity isn't just a mood, it's a mindset. It's a way of looking at the world. And if you let that mindset creep into your life, it will infect your own thinking. The negative thinker doesn't just live in a state of negativity, they try to drag others into it with them. They'll say, it can't be done, it's too risky, no one has ever succeeded, or that's not how things work. They want you to accept their limitations as your own. But here's the reality, if you listen to the negative thinker, you'll start to believe their version of reality. And let me tell you, it's not a reality that breeds success. The world is full of opportunities, but the negative thinker can only see the problems. They can't help you build a vision. They can't help you climb higher because they don't believe it's possible to get to the top. They'll keep you grounded in fear and doubt, making sure you never even take the first step. So ask yourself this, how much of your time are you willing to spend arguing with someone about what can't be done? How much of your energy are you going to give to a person who has already made up their mind that success is for someone else? The truth is, your dreams, your ambitions, your goals, these things are fragile. They need nurturing, they need positive reinforcement, and they need people who believe in possibility, not people who are constantly finding fault. The negative thinker is an energy drainer. Every conversation with them feels like you've been to battle and come out exhausted. They pull you down into their world of what ifs and yeah buts, and you'll find yourself second guessing your own ideas. You need to recognize that your time and energy are limited. There are people out there who will encourage you, challenge you to be better, and lift you up. They'll see the potential in what you're doing and help you get to the next level. But you'll never get that from the negative thinker. When you find yourself surrounded by negativity, step back. Don't waste time trying to convince someone who doesn't believe in possibility. You've got to protect your vision. Keep it clear, keep it focused, and don't let someone else's limited mindset stop you from achieving what you're capable of. The negative thinker will always have their reasons why things can't work, but you need to have your reasons for why things will work. The choice is yours. Do you want to live in a world of limitations, or do you want to live in a world where anything is possible? Be careful who you let shape your reality, because the negative thinker will keep you stuck in their version of the world, a world that's full of obstacles and void of opportunity. The next time you encounter that person who's telling you why something can't be done, don't waste time trying to convince them. Spend that time on people who are already moving, who already believe in possibility, and who already understand that success is made by those who see what others can't. Don't let the negative thinker derail your journey. Protect your mindset and keep moving forward. Let's talk about the victim. The victim is someone who always feels like life is happening to them and not for them. They go through life with the belief that the world owes them something, that circumstances are always stacked against them, and that they're the unlucky ones. No matter where they turn, they seem to attract trouble. They can never catch a break. But here's the thing, they never take full responsibility for their situation. It's always someone else's fault, never theirs. They're the ones who'll tell you, if only my boss would give me a chance, or if only I had better parents, a better upbringing, better connections. The problem with this thinking is that it's disempowering. The victim doesn't realize that they hold the key to their own future. They believe they're trapped in a story that was written for them, and they have no say in how it ends. You'll notice this person constantly playing the role of the underdog, but not in the way that drives them to succeed. The underdog rises above the odds and says, I will overcome this, but the victim only focuses on how much they've been wronged. They dwell on their wounds and what's been taken from them, and they never move beyond that. Every conversation with them is a reminder of all the things that went wrong, all the people who let them down, and all the reasons they're stuck in their current situation. Here's the hard truth. The victim mindset keeps you in a state of helplessness. It robs you of the power to change your life. When you believe that you are a victim of circumstances, you relinquish your power to control the future. Instead of asking, How can I change this, they ask. Why me? They focus all their energy on what's unfair rather than putting that energy into creating the life they want. Now, this doesn't mean that life is always easy, and it doesn't mean we shouldn't sympathize with others when they face challenges. But if you continually help the victim without them ever stepping up to take responsibility for their own actions, you're not doing them any favors. You're enabling their belief that they have no control over their life. You can pour all your support, encouragement, and resources into someone, but if they aren't ready to take charge and make the change themselves, you'll just be feeding their victimhood. You can't carry someone else's burden forever. And here's the thing, you're not supposed to. The victim will constantly take from you without ever giving back. They'll drain your time, your energy, and your spirit. They'll look for sympathy rather than solutions. And eventually, you'll find that you're the one who's drained while they remain stuck in the same mindset, unable to move forward. So what do you do when you encounter the victim? You help them by letting them take responsibility. You can't change their life for them, but you can encourage them to change their thinking. You can show them that their future is in their hands, but they have to be willing to step out of the story they've been telling themselves for so long. The victim will only change when they realize that they are not powerless, that they can rise, take action, and create a new reality for themselves. Stop making excuses for them. Stop trying to fix everything for them. Instead, start asking them the tough questions. What can you do to improve your situation? What action can you take today? Make them accountable for their own life and be there to support them when they decide to step up. But don't let them stay in that victim mentality, because it will trap both of you. You have a mission in life, and you can't afford to waste time dragging others along who refuse to help themselves. Surround yourself with those who take ownership of their situation, who rise to the occasion, and who understand that change starts with them. Only then will you find the fulfillment that comes with truly making a difference. The victim will stay where they are until they realize they have the power to change, but you can't change them for them. All you can do is plant the seed, encourage them to take responsibility, and walk alongside them when they decide to move forward. Let's talk about the entitled one. This person walks through life with the belief that the world owes them something, whether it's success, recognition, or a handout. They feel like they deserve things without ever putting in the effort or the work to earn them. They look at others who are successful, and instead of admiring the hard work that went into it, they simply think, why not me? They want to be given everything without understanding the price that comes with success. The entitled one has a mindset that's completely detached from reality. They think they're entitled to the best job, the highest salary, the nicest home just because they exist. They don't see the connection between hard work and reward, and they certainly don't understand that success is a result of choices made, not just desires held. They want the benefits, but they don't want to pay the price. What's dangerous about the entitled one is that they'll expect you to give to them without ever considering what you might need in return. They have no appreciation for the sacrifices others make to achieve their goals. They assume that everyone is just there to serve them. This might show up in small ways, like when they demand your time without consideration for your own schedule, or in bigger ways, like when they expect promotions without having put in the effort to earn them. There's always an excuse for why they deserve something, and it's never about what they've done or contributed. It's just what they feel is owed to them. But here's the thing, when you operate from a place of entitlement, you lose sight of the most important lesson in life, that nothing is guaranteed. The world doesn't owe you anything. If you want something, you have to earn it. You have to put in the work, the time, and the energy to prove that you deserve it. The entitled one will never learn this because they don't want to. They'll keep looking for shortcuts, for people to give them things, and for ways to avoid the discomfort of earning their success. The problem with helping the entitled one is that you'll quickly find yourself giving without receiving. You'll be investing your time, your resources, and your energy into someone who doesn't value what you're offering. They won't appreciate the help, and they won't reciprocate. They think that you should just be there for them, regardless of whether or not you benefit from the relationship. Over time, this can lead to resentment. You'll start to feel like you're being taken advantage of, and the truth is you are. It's important to set boundaries with the entitled one. You can't allow someone to drain your energy without ever contributing anything back. You can help them, but make sure they understand that respect and effort go both ways. If they're not willing to put in the work, then don't waste your time trying to help them. You can offer guidance, but don't make the mistake of doing the work for them. Let them face the reality that their success is tied to their own actions, not to the idea that they deserve something for nothing. And remember, the entitled one is often very good at making you feel guilty for not helping them. They'll try to manipulate you into thinking that you're being unfair or that you're not living up to your potential to help others. But the truth is, you're not responsible for their success. They are. You have your own life to build, and you can't let someone else's sense of entitlement distract you from your own journey. Focus on the people who appreciate what you offer. Those who are willing to put in the work alongside you. Don't let the entitled one pull you off track. Help those who understand that success is earned, not given. And when you come across the entitled person, don't be afraid to say, "I'm happy to help." But only if you're ready to put in the effort to make it happen. They'll either rise to the occasion or they'll stay stuck in the same pattern of expecting the world to hand them things. But either way, you've made your boundaries clear. And that's the first step toward building the kind of relationships that bring you real fulfillment. Let's talk about the manipulator. This person is someone who knows how to use your good nature against you. They'll play on your emotions, your sense of generosity, and your desire to help others, but they're not interested in truly growing or changing. No, the manipulator is in it for what they can get from you. They will use your kindness, your empathy, and your willingness to give in order to extract what they want without ever giving anything back. They're the masters of the subtle game. They know exactly what to say to make you feel guilty, to make you feel like you owe them something, or to make you doubt yourself. They'll appeal to your sense of responsibility, but they won't take responsibility for their own life. The manipulator understands the power of words and emotions, and they'll use both to bend situations in their favor. They make you feel like the problem is yours, not theirs, and they twist the truth just enough to keep you on the hook. The danger with the manipulator is that they never really want to help themselves. They'll never take ownership of their own failures, mistakes, or shortcomings. Instead, they'll make you feel like it's your job to fix everything for them. They'll make promises they don't intend to keep, say all the right things, and leave you believing that they're changing, but in reality, they're just setting you up to give more. The manipulator thrives on getting things without working for them. If you're not careful, you'll end up trapped in a cycle where you're constantly giving and giving, but never receiving anything in return. The manipulator knows how to play on your emotions. They'll make you feel like the one doing wrong if you don't help them. As if you're not living up to your potential as a good person, they'll make you believe that you're the one who's being selfish, while they continue to take advantage of you. Here's what you have to understand. The manipulator's behavior is not about them needing help. It's about them needing to control the situation. They want to take from you without ever giving back. They want to use your time, your resources, your energy, and your goodwill, but they'll never offer anything in return. In fact, they might even resent you for having the things they want, and they'll make sure you feel obligated to give them more. This is where you have to get very clear on your boundaries. The manipulator will test those boundaries every chance they get. They'll push, they'll prod, they'll guilt trip, and they'll try to convince you that you're being unreasonable. But you've got to stand firm. You can help people, but you can't carry someone who is unwilling to carry themselves. The manipulator doesn't want to change. They want to stay right where they are, feeding off your good intentions. So what do you do when you spot the manipulator? First, stop giving them your emotional energy. Don't get caught in their games. Don't fall for their tactics. Understand that you are not responsible for fixing their life. If they want help, they have to show up ready to help themselves. And you can't make excuses for them or allow their manipulation to cloud your judgment. The manipulator will always find a way to make you feel like the one in the wrong if you don't comply, but you have to be strong enough to see through that. Second, don't be afraid to say no. It's not about being unkind. It's about protecting your time, your resources, and your peace of mind. The manipulator will never appreciate what you do for them because to them, you're just a means to an end. They'll move on to the next target once they've gotten what they want. You deserve relationships where there's mutual respect, trust, and reciprocity, not one-sided manipulation. Finally, remember that helping someone who's not willing to help themselves is not a favor, it's an enabling behavior. You're not truly helping them by giving them what they want. You're keeping them stuck in the very mindset that's preventing them from taking control of their life. Real help comes when someone is ready to take responsibility for their own actions, and the manipulator will never be ready for that until they face the consequences of their behavior. So guard your time and energy carefully. Help those who are truly committed to growth, those who are ready to do the work, and those who will honor the efforts you make on their behalf. Don't let the manipulator rob you of what you're working to build. Stay focused on your goals, protect your boundaries, and let people prove they're worthy of your time and support. Only then will you truly make a difference in the lives of those who need it most. Let's talk about the procrastinator. This person has big dreams, big goals, and a lot of ideas, but when it comes to taking action, they're always getting around to it. They'll tell you, I'll start tomorrow, or I'm just waiting for the right time. But tomorrow never comes. The right time never arrives. And before long, they've wasted weeks, months, or even years, all while talking about what they're going to do someday, but never actually doing it. Procrastination isn't about being busy. The procrastinator is often very busy, just not with the things that will move them closer to their goals. They'll spend hours on small tasks, filling their day with activity, but when it comes to taking the big steps, the ones that really matter, they'll delay, avoid, or just put it off. It's as if they're afraid to commit, afraid to fail, or afraid to face the discomfort of doing the hard work that success requires. What the procrastinator doesn't realize is that the more they put things off, the more they're robbing themselves of opportunities. Every day they delay is another day lost, another chance to move forward gone. And eventually they'll wake up one day and realize that all those tomorrows never added up to anything. The truth is, the world doesn't wait for anyone. It doesn't care if you're ready. It doesn't care if you've got excuses. Life keeps moving. And if you're stuck in procrastination, you're the one falling behind. The procrastinator often operates in a cycle of planning and dreaming, but never taking the necessary steps to turn those dreams into reality. They talk a good game, but when it's time to perform, they freeze, overwhelmed by the enormity of the task or distracted by something else that feels easier. They might have a million reasons why they haven't started yet: too busy, too tired, don't know where to begin, but none of these reasons are the real problem. The real problem is a lack of commitment to their goals and the fear of starting.